To the tune of OPP, minority by nature. No time for idle chitter chat and petty iteration. Seeming to me exponentially like I'm Barack's inauguration. Erratic calculations, nah, I runs the infinite. Only way I slow me down is with some calcing by a limit. They might no longer show the work to answer self-evident. Some truth should be proclaimed in the Declaration of Independence. Things not instantaneous can be approximated by adding up our changes till everything integrated. Word to my partners in calculus. Yo, you down with BCP? Yeah, you know me. You down with BCP? Yeah, you know me. Integral, grind exponential. You down with BCP? That's the way we rotate radiannually. You down with BCP? Down with BCP? You down with BCP? You down with BCP? That's the way we do things limitlessly. Yeah. You down with BCP? Down with BCP? You down with BCP?
Down with BCP? Come on, a little bit louder. Come on, I can't dance to that.
Down with BCP.
Are you running the show, PJ? Did you deliberately lower the volume so I couldn't dance?
Not me, man. I'm not gonna deny you being your best version of you.
Oh man, thank you, my friend.
With that being said,
you hear it?
Look, my hands were off that one. I think he wants me to. Like I do certain music.
I was AFK. I'm sorry.
Come on, let's redo this. Let me dance again. I had a whole thing planned for you guys.
Well, at least we had one decent conversation today, Peach.
What? No super chats?
I said at least we had one decent conversation today before Shorty got out. Oh, wow.
Shorty did pop in, popped out, popped in, popped out.
I wasn't there. I have no idea what your conversation was for the members pre-show stuff. So there's going to be more of that.
I thought we were doing stuff. He's like, "Oh, I'm going to go stuff my face and lay down for another 20 minutes too."
And what kind of shit are they talking? Kind of shit are they talking about me right now? Huh?
Yeah.
Armando Lara Jr.
Bigger Bang World Tour Rolling Stones. Chad Speaker.
Foster, I wish I could stuff my face and lay down.
I'm telling you, he was so stupid. He was so unwise. He was.
What? No super chats?
Chad Speaker coming in with the $5 off the top. Bow! Take this, guys.
Chad man.
Also, we got to get to Plank. Plank was actually the first super chatter before the show started with $2.
Fuck Green Bay.
Plank, I ain't seen Plank in a minute. How you been, Plank?
I'm not sure if he's here. He might be working right now. Oh, however, man. He did start off the show with a $2 super chat before it began. So
he was like, blah.
Wow. I didn't see
wow. Now, let me walk out the room. Blah.
Where is it? I saw it.
Does anybody know what's going on with these weird symbols with the crown and numbers by them?
CCP. That's courtesy of CCP.
Oh, it's China. China's getting
China, big China.
There's planks. There's $2. Get them, Mr. Shorty. Yeah. Let them have it and bear down.
Thanks, you, Plank. Thank you, Chad. I mean, we might listen. I thought long and hard about this.
That's what she said.
Mm-hmm. She thought, and then she saw. Two different things, right?
Let the bodies hit the
floor. Then she left.
Yeah, she's like, "Whoa, this is not nearly as hard or as long, so it's definitely soft and short."
It's
That's my producer right there, guys. That was perfect timing.
That was got perfect timing.
How you guys doing tonight?
Yeah. Perfect timing, and dig got pulled.
I'm getting pulled already. You know, fuck it. You don't get my rant. I'll see you guys later.
Oh, come on, dude. You can't handle it. You can't handle a rant.
You can't handle the truth.
You don't know what a rant is.
That's right. I've been ranting for centuries.
I thought long and hard about this. Do I want to do this in the beginning of the show and have YouTube completely shut down the channel? or should I wait for it later in the show when they aren't going to be watching it, and then it'll be like it never happened. And I guess now that I'm saying that in the beginning of the show, now they're going to watch it all the way to the end. So I guess I should just probably do it when I want to do it.
Let's go ahead and get it over with, man. Just don't use no curse words in the first 15 minutes, and you should be good to go. And
all right,
that being said, go ahead.
Let's take 10 minutes to say hi to the chat then.
Okay.
How does that sound?
All right. Starting off, I want to say hey to Drake T. I don't think I've ever seen this guy before, but Drake T, welcome aboard. Plank.
100%.
Sean Luggle, that's another new name I'm not aware of. The Plankster, of course, Mr. Shorty. Rick Gonzalez, Scottish Bear.
Scottish Bear.
Mr. Mayhem, old Mr. Faithful.
Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3.
Mr. Mayhem. All right. Armando Lara Jr.
Armando Lara Jr.
Jay Grizz.
First. And on the second.
He's the first.
Amphiarius. How you pronounce that now?
I think it's Amphiarius.
Amphiarius. Okay.
Well, wait, time out, Peach, because Shorty said he's the first, and Junior means you're the second, just so you know.
Oh, sorry. That's right. I was thinking about his son being a junior. I call his son the Junior's Junior when I see him in chat. So, yeah, I stand corrected.
Yeah, he's a special.
I'm just
Cliff Victoria.
I shouldn't be here.
Creighton Wilfong.
Antmas.
I'm seeing if these guys are doing anything in here today.
Thigh and Smile.
You looking for ants?
No, I've got my own population.
Super chat by Child Speaker.
Speaker.
Antmas. I think I'm about caught up now. J2K.
J2K.
Through the dawn and
I think I cut everybody up. So with that being said, Shorty, the floor.
Cliff Victoria, I just want to say hi to you again, my friend. Just want to make sure we're on great terms for my next fish boil or seafood boil when I come down to Florida. So I got to maintain that relationship with Cliff. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I ain't mad at you, bro.
Good guy. Very curious.
Go after the boil.
All right, Shorty, I got to do this for you. I finally found it, okay? I don't know if I'm going to get this channel taken down for this. But you always love to do that little singing intro for everyone, right? So listen to these guys. They're essentially going viral right now on TikTok, in my opinion. I don't know if you could hear this. I don't even understand how the fuck my plug talk. This reminds me of you when you do that. I don't know if you can hear it, though.
I can hear it, but do what?
So they're rapping, but they're not. It's like a barbershop quartet. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know. In my head, it made perfect sense. Anyway, with PJ, the floor is yours.
Why are you fucking smoking tonight?
You didn't see all those gummies I was eating?
Oh, I'm
already out.
I wasn't in the pre-show.
Feels bad.
I'm just curious to know, like, what I'm looking at here with crowns and different colors and numbers. This is weird. I guess I got to go onto YouTube and look that shit up, huh? Or
I spent the evening with Baru Network yesterday, and it was the same thing. It's definitely a YouTube change. So I think that they're trying to offer some sort of leaderboard. It says a place for fans to stand out in the community. The top 3 get special badges in live chat. It resets every stream. How do you get on the leaderboard? You need to collect experience points or XP, and you can do so by sending live chat messages or send super chats and super stickers. So essentially, it's just crowning the people who are most engaged in that singular stream. Bye.
King Buka World.
How did we miss Buka?
My sincere apologies, brother. Sorry. Can't forget.
He needs
World.
No. He needs it special now. Come on, ready? 1, 2, 3.
King Buka World.
It's
Sorry about that.
Buka!
Buka.
He's here for all the shenanigans. I ain't mad at you.
Buka!
You know what I would love? If Buka would join the show one night. He is so fucking. He is so funny. He is one of the funniest guys in chat. You just nail it, Buka.
Buka and the scrolls, man.
You nail it.
They kill me.
And I've heard you talk about, I should start my own show. Well, why don't you come out here with us? Get warmed up a little bit.
Yeah.
Be our guest.
Yeah, we can get rid of Shorty for a night. Yeah. It'll be just me, Paige, and you.
If you want, I can leave. Buka, you can hang out with these two guys.
You can let Shorty warm you up.
I want to say hi to Bob Swede.
What's up, Bob? What's up, Bob Swede?
Wait,
hi, Bob.
We've also got Leroy Green. Who's the master? All right, so
Leroy who?
Leroy Green. He's Leroy Brown's cousin, man.
Bad Leroy Brown. He's a bad
whole damn town.
There you go.
Shorty, if you could, for our audio listeners.
Meaner than a junkyard dog. And wait, there's somebody else in here.
If I missed you guys no,
because they just stepped in. You guys got Jay Grizz popped in here at the end of that.
Yeah, I got Jay Grizz.
Okay.
But if I did miss somebody, I apologize.
Methea.
Did you get Creighton Wolfong?
Yes.
Yeah, you did.
Wait, no, we didn't do him right though.
Creighton.
That's not what Creighton's thinking. He's definitely not thinking that.
Oh, we got Vernon Roseman. Come on, ready? One,
hey, Vernon.
Tree.
Vernon.
Vernon. In a world.
He has the smoothest voice.
With Shorty rants.
He has the smoothest voice.
Oh, doesn't he ever?
Oh my goodness.
We need to have him do a narration of something.
What's up, Prometheus?
He's on par with James Earl.
Yeah. Good evening, Vernon.
Good evening, sir.
I can't wait till Minister Charles Johnson say his name 3 times. He shall appear. Pops in so we can do it all over again. Peach. That's a
PJ
good one.
loves a good Johnson.
But Ron Wynorski showed up instead.
Ronnie.
What's up, Ron?
Ron.
Sorry.
Wynorski.
I moved your thing there, Carl.
Pause.
Oh, that's yeah.
Hey, yo.
Good night, everybody. I guess I can't be on tonight.
I moved your thing there.
I'm going
That's
Shorty's
correct.
route.
You're not allowed on my thing, Foster.
13 minutes into the show and I'm pulling a Shorty. No good.
So we got 2 minutes to go before I can start really swearing. So let's per Scottish Bear Carl, or he says, Carl been sleeping. I'm here tonight. So let's give him a good one too. Ready? 1, 2, 3, Peach.
What's up?
Scott.
Oh, Scottish Bear? Oh, okay.
1, 2, 3.
Scottish
Bear.
A fucking game show.
The Scottish Bear.
Chad. Speaker.
Chad Speaker says, I'll give you guys something to calibrate.
Oh, here we got another one. Ready? Eduardo. 1, 2, 3.
Eduardo.
Miguel. What? No super chats?
Why do you got that little fruity ending? I don't know. Never mind. I'm just going to shut up.
Well, originally I was trying to harmonize, and I just fucked it up so bad. I just kept going with it.
Don't do that anymore. Don't try to harmonize.
If the Scrody fits.
Busted on your
It's like
dick.
Like you ever been there listening to a song and somebody singing it word for word, because that's usually me, and then they go, "Hey Foster, who sings this?" And I'll be like, "Fleetwood Mac, 1968," and they'll be like, "Shut the F up and let them sing it because you suck."
Good point.
It's my show, Foster. I'll do what I want.
All right.
I'm gonna take my ball and go.
You'll do
home.
what the CCP tells you.
No, I'll just take my ball and go home. And you can do whatever you want.
Cliff's really stuck on China since we brought it up. I like every other comment's been, the blah 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 blah, and the communist Chinese government has their own blacklist, and they might not like my politics, but
Vernon Roseman reminding me, we still have to put together the 85 Bear show that we are going to be working on. And I just haven't had time. I tried to break it up between 3 people doing it, Vernon, and it just wasn't happening because he was going to narrate it for us. That would have been.
Now, hold on. I know you said you don't have time, but you were just saying about how important it'd be to get Vernon to narrate something.
And he was going to narrate it.
I don't know. I mean, that sounds like it's very much worthwhile.
What's up, Levante?
It does sound like we need to get back on that.
Levante Rogers, Chi Town Jester. And I agree. Vernon Roseman does need to narrate something for us.
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely. What's up, Jester? The Chi-Town Jester. He's one of our bester.
Chi-Town Jester.
Just don't beat him up. No.
All right,
So hold on. What if? How can we get Vernon to have some sort of quota for like a once a quarter thing, right? Every 3 months he gives us some sort of like State of the Bears. How cool would that be?
No, I got one better for you. Get him to read one of Foster's poems regarding everyone in the chat.
I got to write a new one.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds lovely.
Yeah, the Ode to Chet. Oh, see, that's okay. Okay, Foster. Now can you please confirm that you finally sold? It's past 15 minutes. That fucking house.
Yes.
Okay, so
I can confirm that.
Thank goodness.
It only took 3 years of work and a lot of aggravation, but the new owners moved in Tuesday afternoon.
Oh my! Hold on, slow clap, guys.
Boom, 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 boom. Looking at the car wash, girl.
Come on, play the BCP music for this
guy.
guy.
Almost sounded like the song "Car Wash," man. You remember that tune, Peach?
At the car wash day.
That to me
and work.
That
not ever get paid.
Work. That to me needs this, bro.
You down with BCP? Down with BCP? You down with BCP?
Let's all dance to that.
You down with BCP? That's the way we do things limitlessly.
Is that considered dancing, Shorty?
Yeah, I'm just excited for you, dude. I'm seriously.
It looked like you was doing aerobics or something.
I was trying to work out. I got an MRI. The doctor told me to do that once every Thursday.
Go like this, right?
Yeah, just.
Yeah.
I'm fighting a bird.
Ron Renarski, come get Shorty. Calling Ron Renarski, come get Shorty.
Seriously, I feel like I just quit smoking, Foster. Like I feel like a weight has been lifted off of my back for you. Congratulations, my friend.
Congratulations, and I'm gonna disappear for Shorty can do his rant.
So you gave up those cigarettes, those candy cigarettes you were smoking?
Yeah, those candy cigarettes, yeah. When I was 5, it was painful.
And last thing, so I'm out. And Pete, just so you know, Aunt Perry said it too. He goes, at least now, Foster, all the bodies in the wall are their problem. Absolutely. You just hear PJ laughing there.
Listen, I don't want you guys to leave when I do my rant. I want you to be involved in it.
No, I want you to have the spotlight, sir.
No, I don't want the big picture on me. I don't like that.
Oh yeah, I want the spotlight on you, sir.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
It has to be an epic rant.
But you know what? You don't like this layout either, and so I'll give that to you then. All right, you want me to rant now? I put myself on the spot. This is weird because, like, okay, so all I can do is break it down this way. Here's where I just started getting into the whole media thing with the Bears. It's just the fact that I was with my friends this weekend. We went out to dinner, and everything is just so fucking expensive. It's like everyone's taking advantage of us. I got super irritated on Memorial Day when I woke up after spending, $500 on Sunday just to go out and have fun. And so ridiculous. And it's just kind of carried into yesterday. I feel a lot better today, by the way. But yesterday, even up to yesterday, I started like it just flipped my switch when I saw a score post on Twitter. I refuse to call it X, on Twitter. And it was about Bears fans. How do you feel about Caleb not, taking the stand to talk about this whole book thing? And it just put me in a downward spiral that it just made me realize, for anyone that doesn't know, I don't live in Chicago anymore. I live in Atlanta. I don't live in Chicago land anymore. I live in Atlanta land now. And I just remember growing up there and in the prime, the young prime, the 25-year-old Shorty, the 30-year-old Shorty, just listening to the poisonous media every fucking day in my car ride home, albeit 2 miles. And it was enough just to piss me off. It's like, I can't believe they made me wish I wasn't a Bears fan so that I didn't have to listen to them. Like they made me wish that didn't exist. And the only reason why I was listening to it was because my entire life, I have been such a, how many times do I have to show you my tattoo, fucking Bears fan. I mean, just as much as everyone, like we all bleed blue and orange and just hardcore. And just all I wanted was the Bears to be the spotlight. I wanted the Bears to be the spotlight. I wanted the Bears to be talked about all over. You remember the days HBO had Inside the NFL? Those were the days. It was before we had NFL Network. It was before we had the internet. It was you wanted your team to be in the spotlight, being talked about on NFL, Inside the NFL on HBO every week. And you wanted that segment to be about them. You wanted them to go to Chicago and like talk about the Bears. And it never happened because they were just never good. Once in a while, maybe, but they just were not known to be good enough. And it just transpires into older age. And then now you get the internet, and you've got this, all these tools that people are using to just create blasphemy. But the one thing that has always remained is the fucking Chicago media. And they are still there creating the narrative. And as much as I have moved away and got away from listening to that, being like creating this content for, creating BCP has kind of forced me. It's forced me to make a Twitter account, to keep up on things. It's forced me to, listen to them. It's forced me back into the world of the Bears as if I'm living there again. And it brings me to this, back to when I was feeling that at my peak before I moved. And it's the same fucking thing day in and day out. They are negative. They are always looking for something to shit on when there is anything to find to shit on. It's why we have never developed a quarterback. The Chicago media is the reason why we have never developed a quarterback. Because 30 years ago, the quarterback wasn't the focus. It was the running back, and it was the defense. It was the running back and the defense. That's what it was. Kajana Carter, first pick in the draft. Loved that kid in college. And then it started to shift, and the quarterback became the central focus. And the Bears were stuck in that time when they were a running back and a defense team. Running back, defense team. They just never figured it out. And recently they have tried. And what has the Chicago media done? Fucking shit all over it. Listen, nobody wanted them to trade up one pick to get Trubisky, but then we all thought, well, Let's all look into what is good about this kid and find the hope in it. And maybe he is it. Maybe they got it right this time. Maybe the blind squirrel got the nut. But no, then we had to find a way to, by the way, let's just go back before that. Rex Grossman, I know there's a lot of people that hate Rex Grossman, but Rex Grossman was my hope at that time in my life. And I said to my wife at the time, I said, if this kid can, I said, this kid's going to take us to the Super Bowl. I said that after we drafted him. Then he had the injuries, and then he finally, in 2006, he was the leading candidate for MVP of the league after 7 games. And then that fucking Arizona, what was it, Thursday night, Monday night game, where he got exposed for small hands because he fumbled the snaps. And then what happened? This media just, they just fucking gobbled that up. They didn't even, you know what a good media would have done? They would have let it go. They would have just been like, don't talk about that. But no, they helped to be a part of what ruined that kid, because he did play well when he played well. I'm sorry, he did. Jay Cutler comes along, same fucking thing. Do you after watching his career, do you really think that Jay Cutler was not a tough guy? Because I'll tell you what, I was just as pissed off as every one of you that watched that fucking championship game against the Packers, and he just didn't come out in the second half, and everyone was like, "Wait, what happened? Where's Jay Cutler?" Oh, well, he has a knee issue, but you couldn't even tell before that. So, in the fans' mind, we were like, "Well, what?" If we would have saw his knee get blown on the field, we'd have been like, "Well, fuck, we're fucked." But they went into halftime, they came out without Jay Cutler, and we were all like, "What is going on?" And everyone was like, "Oh, Jay Cutler's not tough enough. Jay Cutler, this and this and this and that." Bullshit. Go look at the fucking hit that he took by Ndamukong Suh and tell me he's not tough. And I'm not a Jay Cutler supporter. I didn't love Jay Cutler. I thought his windup was way too long. I thought he had his own problems, but he had enough. But the Chicago media had to fucking ruin him. And then we get into all the shit that's happened after that. We take the chance on Trubisky, they ruin him. We take the chance on Justin Fields. By all accounts, Justin Fields had the best chance of any quarterback of anyone before him for the Bears. He had the best chance. That's where the civil war, if you will, comes from. Where it becomes divided, because we all saw it. We all can agree on certain things. We all can agree that he had the talent, but the Chicago media had to pound it into the table. And they were part of the problem. And by the way, that same Chicago media has absorbed themselves into the podcast world. And for me, I refuse to watch any podcast, any Bears podcast, especially that I know is run by a media conglomerate. David Kaplan, like, how many fucking things do you have to do? And you're like, you cover the Cubs, you cover the Bears for a living. Like, you have to dive your ass into the podcast world and try to take views away from the people like us that are trying to sit here and have actual conversations and actually be positive, but you keep bringing it down. And same thing for every one of those other media conglomerates. Oh, some fucking rich asshole created CHGO Sports and took a bunch of people from everywhere, but he took one guy that was a podcaster, Greg Braggs. By the way, started off on the Barroom Network with Aldo Gandia, the Podfather. And he's like the one guy that is the only guy that has the reason of a fan and has positivity as a fan. And it doesn't look at it from the perspective of trying to stir shit up, to piss people off, to talk about it. If anything, he is the one shining light of anything that CHGO or any one of those fucks that are trying to get into this world that the fans have created, that is about the fans, is about the real people, he's the one shining light in that can give any one of us hope. And that's why they cling to him. That's why they didn't fire him on Christmas like they did everyone else. So keep all that shit in mind when you're choosing who you're going to fall in love with and watch and donate your fucking money to, because you're giving your money to see every one of you. The super chats, CHGO Sports, are giving your money to, let's just call it NBC or ESPN. Not saying it is, but you're giving your money to something like that. You're not giving it to a little guy. So all that being said, you fast forward now to this media after Justin Fields. The Bears actually did, PJ, close your ears, something right. And that was, in my opinion, just in a business decision, you go bigger. Like if you have a chance, if you own a Chevy, if you own a Corvette and you have a chance at a Ferrari, you get the Ferrari. Let the bodies hit the floor. Is that what you said, PJ? But listen, this is.
I actually said that's what she said. Let's go bigger.
Okay. Sorry. This is the shining moment in the Bears' history for them to finally be relevant again, be good, start a new trend, start a new motion, bring back the fucking T formation. I mean, can you imagine if Ben Johnson did that and it worked, what it would do? Imagine how much more crazy our fan base would be in a positive way than a negative way. So when we have this guy he's in our building, he's in the Hallis Hall building right now working out. He threw for 3,541 yards, 20 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions last year. Let me repeat that. 3,541 yards, 20 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. By the way, the 6th interception came in the last game of the season. So you're going to shit all over that? You're going to find a way, Chicago media, to shit all over that, to say, well, he could have done better. Of course he could have done better, but did he have a Peyton Manning season? Did he throw 28 interceptions? Imagine can you guys imagine if he had a Peyton Manning rookie season? We're talking about a rookie quarterback. A rookie quarterback here, people. A rookie quarterback. And the only reason why Chicago media has made this narrative, blah, blah, is because Jaden Daniels, also a rookie quarterback, put up the best numbers of a rookie quarterback ever. Because coaching matters. If we won that game, I'm glad we didn't, because I wouldn't want to be stuck here again with Matt Eberloser. I'm glad we lost that game. In hindsight, I'm glad. That game pisses me off to the last cell flowing through my blood. But I'm glad we lost it, because we would not have Ben Johnson. And then we would have failed this quarterback. And the cycle would have continued all over again. I'm not saying it won't, but we can all agree, the best chance we have at breaking that cycle. And the media just won't fucking let it go. This happened a year ago. It happened a fucking year ago, people. This guy is trying to sell a book. What do you think? If you were trying to sell the same book, what would you do? You would pick what? So, the fact that the media has to just keep blasting that just shows me they're looking for clickbait. They are trying to get people to watch the bullshit that they have to say, which has been completely meaningless my entire life. It has been completely positive. It has not been about joining the fans together. It's been about making us bicker our entire lives. And they're doing it again with the best fucking prospect that we've ever had at quarterback. And you, any one of you that are that can believe in what they're saying, because they really do truly control the narrative. Like, imagine how many people are just driving to work 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour to work today, every day to work, and then an hour back, or 10 or 20, 30, 40 minutes, and they're listening to the same shit, just like I do when I go back home to work. I work out of Illinois. I'm going there in a week to work for 2 weeks in the office. And I'm going to be listening to that shit on the radio again, and it's going to piss me off. But that's what we do. And they control that narrative. They put that into your head. They have nothing. They're trying to create content. They're trying to promote book sales for somebody. Keep all that into mind when you're just trying to process all of this. And my final thought on this is, this media acts like we have had 8 Hall of Fame quarterbacks in a row, and this guy can't live up to the standard. This guy can't live up to the standard. This guy, how about you just shut the fuck up and let the process take its place and allow it to, and by the way, be positive about it. How about you inject more positivity into the radio waves of Chicagoland, onto the TV waves of Chicagoland, onto the now trying to take over all the little guy YouTube videos of Chicagoland. Imagine if they just did that. We would not be divided like we are over what? A quarterback that can't live up to the last 8 Hall of Fame quarterbacks that we just retired? So, the last sentence I'm going to say is, fuck the Chicago media. It's entertaining. You can put it on. Maybe you put it on just because you want to get fired up and you want to call in. But if you try to call in, they're just going to hang up on you. If you try to voice your opinion, like I did on Twitter the other night, I tried to tweet the same thing over and over and over and over again to the Score, and Twitter was like, "We can't do that," and they shut me down. So what I literally went onto the Score's Twitter page and responded to every single tweet of theirs. It was all bear shit, like even Cubs stuff. I responded with, "Well, who cares about the Cubs? Why don't you just shit on Caleb some more?" Because he goes, you only had one view on this video. It's all about clickbait. Just keep all that in mind. Clickbait. They're trying to form your own narrative for you. Just use your own eyeballs. And take all of that with a grain of salt if it's entertaining to you. But don't let it piss you off like it does me. Because you don't have most people, I can sit up here and rant in front of 67 people right now, and whoever else will watch this later. But most people can't. Their wives are like, I don't want to fucking hear this. So that's my final thought. Fuck the Chicago media, guys. Fuck the Chicago media. Fuck them. They're not going to ruin this quarterback for us. I'm done.
This message has been brought to you by Foster's Nasty Mustache.
I don't see ants in there, though.
Approved by the CCP.
I'm surprised we're still...
I get it, Shorty. I get it, man.
All right, Dan, it's time. We're going to give the chat...
I forgot how old I am, so I guess 3,988. I don't remember. But I've been on a rant for decades about what it used to be. It's so funny that you're talking about all this, because I used to always bitch about East Coast and West Coast and what they did to the teams in the Midwest. They ignored us and never gave us any credit or any dues for decades. I used to call it media coast bias, but now it's just like the rest of the world. all the media just sucks. It's full of shit. It's full of shit. They got to make up stories. I love this shit. Oh, the Bears are linked to this trade or that trade. All the stuff in the last 10 days that you hear and see. It's all just made up. There's no, most of it's, there's nothing factual. And half of them, I'm like, why would the Bears even think about that? I don't remember what it is because I've seen Brees Hall, J.K. Dot. I mean, names have just gone on and on all week of who the Bears are going to bring in. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I get it. I get it, man. And that's like somebody else mentions in the chat. I pretty much will catch bits and pieces of Tom Waddle because I'm a Tom Waddle fan.
I love Tom Waddle. I do like Tom Waddle.
It is what it is. He's usually a shoot straighter. No, I don't think the Bears, but you know what? We'll see.
No, I like Tom Waddle.
And pick on Tom. Who's the old Packers defensive lineman that you know his name? I just can't remember because I like them two guys. And then I catch a lot of the barroom stuff. 4-star Chicago, and then I talk to you guys, which I don't know if that's any good for anybody else, but here we are.
John,
I will. I'll catch. Keds has got some stuff going on with them guys, Samo and them guys, and certain things. But a lot of it, I just like CHGO, man. I'll catch some of Bragg's stuff when he's doing his own stuff because he doesn't do as much as he was doing. And I'll catch him with Adam Rank because he's on with Adam Rank. And Bragg's, I just like Bragg's, man, because he's another one, like you said. He's not sitting here saying all these narratives. He has fun with it too. He's a diehard, hard-working guy. He was a freaking bricklayer. I was a roofer. We love the Bears. We're sick people, man. We love the Bears. We're sick people. Now I gotta go. Now I'm depressed. I need to go cry.
It's literally like I don't even know where it comes from. I honestly sit and try to pontificate this a lot. Like, why are we so fucking in love with? Like, we get made every time we get made fun of by a Don Burr or like any Packers fan or whatever. It's like you in the back of your mind, you're not disagreeing with them. But then you have to try to come up with something to defend yourself. And not that I want to talk about the Caleb thing, but I understand. If let's just say all of us were the first pick in the draft and the Packers had it and we were like the consensus pick, we would all be like, kidding me? Like, how can I get out of it? Or I guess the Packers would be worse because at least you might have a chance at succeeding with the Packers. But let's just say it was like the Browns. You're like, you got to be kidding me. I'm going to the Browns. How, like, is there a way to get out of this? So I get it. But the Chicago media doesn't need to keep. Listen, the fucking book hasn't even come out yet. And by the way, that's going to happen like the day after the first game of the season. So this is going to be all rehashed all over again because all those media guys are going to buy the book and read it and get all the more juicy stuff, anything else that went along to that story. And they're going to talk about that all over again because they're going to do their damn. I really think it's a conspiracy because they know that the key to the league is a quarterback. It's a great quarterback. And if you can suppress the Bears from having a great quarterback, you can suppress the Bears fan base from taking over the entire damn league. Coast to coast, different countries, coast to coast. We've already pretty much done it in the UK. The 85 Bears. Everyone's still hanging on to the 85 Bears. 85 Bears. 85. I'm so fucking sick and tired talking about the 85 Bears.
Because that's all. Sure, I'm sorry, dude. You can't say that because you only know Chris and Jason, man. I'm joking. I'm joking around. Well, we took over England. Yeah, Chris and Jason. No, I'm messing around, guys. You don't do them, guys.
You're right, but they all have the consensus.
You're right. We did take that fan base over. They love the Bears, man. You're right. You're absolutely right.
PJ, you have anything to say?
Nope.
Okay.
Damn, PJ, I thought I was the only one. I'm the only one pissing him off tonight.
You're not pissing me off. You're making great
bastard.
I just, you know, I mean, the reality is,
keeping it light.
The media is going to be the media, and we all, I shouldn't say we all, a lot of people do it. They want to talk negative, and then one person talks negative, another person want to chime in and join in, and all this and that and the third. And I said it would happen. I said it. Just the way people are. With that being said, though, let's choose a high road.
That's what I'm saying. Like this is
absolutely huge.
This is. It's just why the Chicago media pisses me off so much, because they refuse to use a positive story, or use positivity, I should say, to further their narratives. They always want to find some. The perfect example of Chicagoans, Foster, is that night when we were trying to call the fans, to find out who they wanted to draft before the draft. And every Chicago bar I called, they hung up on me. It's like, that's Chicago media.
That's only because they actually know you, believe it or not. They've been given information, and they knew not to pick up the phone when they saw who was calling. You notice how everybody answered my calls.
That's true. That's true.
Negativity sells.
Right. That's right. So
I get it, though.
That's why. Take, for example, in the podcast world, that's TTNL. TTNL, they fuel themselves on negativity. They're gonna fucking shit all over you. If you say something wrong in chat, you're banned. It's like you call into 670 ESPN. You say something they don't like, or that you call them out on something, or you voice an opinion that is against theirs. They're gonna bitch you out, and they're gonna hang up on you and then bitch you out. And you don't even get to have it's like me getting, like, when I was trying to just push my narrative on Twitter, and all of a sudden they were like, nope, you can't send this message. And then none of them, they didn't send any of them. Not only did they not send the first 8 or 9, but when they told me on the 10th that I couldn't do that 10 times, basically, they took them all down. They silenced me. So the next day I went on to the Twitter, I went on to 670 Score on YouTube in their live chat. And all I said was, because the day before Layla Rahimi was at the Cubs game and she sang the 7th inning stretch. Okay. All I said in their chat was, Layla, your 7th inning stretch left something to be desired. Your pitch was off. You held onto the ball too long, and you got sacked way too many times. The next thing I said, I was banned. Like, what? You guys have, there's been some people, not you guys, but there's been some people in here in chat that have gone a little too fucking far. And I don't like doing that. None of us do. You take it the level next, you will be banned. But saying something like that is just ridiculous. Like, it's absolutely, you're going to silence me in a world of free speech over that?
Dude, there hasn't been free speech for decades. It kind of died off in the 80s. Let's think about it. They started doing it. It's been, I don't know.
Dave Kaplan.
But I love the fact, I love the fact that you get to here and this is your free speech, man, because nobody could stop this unless YouTube pulls it.
Exactly. I was worried about it. I was like, should I save this rant for later or for
Sorry,
No, I'm just saying. I mean, Dave Kaplan makes a living off of the negativity. Negativity sells. That's the way of it.
It's the way of the world.
I think what's lost in all of this, though, is how you affect people's lives because of it. I mean, at the end of the day, Caleb has to make a living. Caleb has a life to live, just like Justin, just like Mitch, just like all the quarterbacks before them who they just crap on. And they act like these guys doesn't have a life, to where even Matt Nagy was at his child's game, and they giving him a hard time at his child's game. I mean,
that was just,
that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's just ridiculous. So keep sports in a sports place. I'm like, we shouldn't. hang on to everything to where we make it so personal. Just because I don't like the way a person plays doesn't mean I have to sit up there and wish bad upon him.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even him, man, or just a family member, anything. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. Like we talked about before, Peach. There's a time and a place, and what they did with Nagy, that was not the time or the place.
Right. I mean, you just don't do that
crap, man, because it's exactly what you're saying. You're not just affecting him; you're affecting his wife, his kids, his mother-in-law, his father-in-law, his mom, his dad. It affects everybody in that family that has nothing to do with the way he ran this organization. We know that was crappy, but I'm not even saying he's a bad guy or anything. The same with like Mitch. I was never on the Mitch bandwagon, but when he was playing with Buffalo, I was like, come on, Mitch, revive your career and go somewhere else and take a starting role. That's what I wanted. And I never was on the bandwagon with him, but that's what I wanted, because you want to see decent people want to see other people have a good life and things go right, man. When you're
at the end of the day,
those are the things you want.
If you're a good person, you want better for others
and not have pain. But it just don't work that way. You know, you can well wish all you want, but in reality, so much of it is just uncalled for crap that it's so unimportant. But like you brought up, Peach, that the bad, the negative, that's where the money's at, because that's what people want to hear, and that's what they want to, they want to get involved in all that kind of crap, instead of just discussing reality for what it is or what you see, or telling me I'm wrong in a straight way, saying, dude, no, you better go back and look at that, because what you're seeing is not right. I make mistakes so much now it's a joke, but at least I could say, crap, you know what, I was wrong. I probably said that 4 times today. Oh shit, I was wrong, man. We're going down the road and the car starts pulling to the right, and I'm like, what the hell, is that front tire messed up? Did I hit something? Did I bang the tie rod? And the guy with me goes, hey, well, do you think your rear tire's losing there and that's doing it? I'm going, no. And we get out 10 minutes later and look at the tire. It's half flat. I'm like, I'm wrong. That's exactly what was doing it. When you're driving around with 5 pounds of air in a tire on your right-hand side, it's going to pull the car to the right.
And that's when you were like, don't believe
60
everything.
miles an hour. I'm thank God I didn't wipe out around that turn again for the 3rd time, Shorty.
That's when it popped into your mind. Don't believe everything you think. I mean,
that's why my dad said it a lot to us when we were younger. You shouldn't believe everything that you think.
Like Mitch Trubisky, my biggest problem with Mitch as a quarterback in the NFL was he couldn't throw a 20-yard out. He always overthrew it, underthrew it. He just didn't have that accuracy. But other than that, like, I thought he was he wasn't a bust. You could say he was a bust because they traded up 1 fucking pick to get him. But if they took him at 3, which they should have, and he played as well as he did, minus that 20-yard out, I didn't think he was a bust. I thought he was at least worth, keeping on the course of development. I know you don't like the word bust, PJ. I apologize for using that, but he wasn't a failure in the NFL because, like you said, he made it. He was the 2nd pick in the draft.
That's a beautiful thing.
But he was like shit all over by the media. It's just like Grossman before him and Cutler before him and anyone that had a chance. I mean, we're talking about people that had a chance, and they just found every fucking thing wrong with them and pushed the narrative for the negativity for ratings. Like, what's wrong with positivity for ratings?
It's not just for ratings though, Shorty. I mean, even people in the chat, they speak negative about certain players, and it's just human nature. And again, they don't know how to turn it off. And I'm not trying to speak negative about our chat because I love you guys, but the reality is, I mean, we had long debates about the quarterbacks, and then it turns into how much of a bust one quarterback is and not the other. And it's like, stop it. Every quarterback has their flaws. Every quarterback has their good points. I mean, it becomes a personal taste. And then when it becomes a personal taste, they then want to feel like they have to put down one quarterback in order to uplift the other one. I don't like subscribing to that. I mean, I just don't, because again, it affects people's lives. I mean, just imagine having to get uplifted and having to relocate because your fanfare or the media lost favor with you, so you now have to move. Then you have to move again. Then you have to move again. None of us, and I mean, I don't think no one in the here would want that, but that's what we live in. And the reality is some people's jobs are affected by that. So why spend so much time doing that in a negative manner? Again, you can dislike a person's play, but then to start attacking them, I just don't subscribe to that. I just don't.
Especially when it comes down to something so stupid as a book. A book. This is somebody trying to sell a book. A book. I mean, of course they're going to pick the first pick in the draft. And of course it just happens to be with the Bears. Even better. Because that asshole knew the fan base. He knew that we were all going to react. The media and the fan base, most of the fan base is controlled by the media, which is why I beg for a more positive attitude from them, but it will never happen. And all the way down to, I could give two flying fucks if he never said anything about it to the media. Because what does it matter? It happened a year ago. It's in a book. Go read it. Go buy it when it comes out. But of course, when you're dealing with this media who is controlling the narrative of the fan base, you have got to just finally break down and come out and just... And by the way, did anyone notice how uncomfortable he was, especially in the beginning? Just, you could tell he was like upset, and he was kind of like rubbing his eye at first, and he was like, just trying to address it. And then as he's talking about it, before he like gave it, up for questions, he was kind of, you could see the irritation that this is even a problem. But, anyone can say, well, you put that on the record. You should have expected us to come back to you. But why would you? I just don't understand why you would think that it would come back on you. Well, it's because it's the Bears. So, kudos to him for the way he did handle it with the media, because that was, you could tell it was just very uncomfortable. By the way, he said when they asked him about something, he said he had the conversation with Ryan Poles, and he said, I had the conversation with Ryan and Ted. Did anyone catch that?
I thought he said Ryan and Kevin.
He said Ted. He said
okay.
Ted twice. I'm like,
I don't believe you. I'll get proof on that.
It's at the 11:13 mark in the interview, in the press conference.
11:13. Now.
I meant to pull it up actually before the show, but he did say Ted.
I gotcha.
Which made me wonder, is Ted still a part of this shit show?
Wait, what you said at what timestamp again?
I think it's 11:13.
But they released the individual video. I don't think they have the full live stream anymore. I think they pull those.
No, the actual individual video of Caleb talking to the media on the Bears website.
14-minute video, and this
at
happened
11 minute 13 seconds. He said Ted.
Rick Gonzalez is confirming that too.
Yeah, he did say Ted. Yeah, I just heard it.
There's only one Ted.
Am
I wrong about that? What does Ted have anything to do with this? That was a slip up on his part.
I told you guys, man. I told you he got a deal for doing favors for the family.
Ted Cruz.
Okay.
Ted Cruz was named special advisor to the president, CEO, and chief administrative officer on April 17th, 2024.
Thank you very much, Carl.
And he was hired by Ted Phillips.
Because his name was Ted.
On the way out. Yeah.
Oh, my
name, old Ted Lasso.
So glad. I'm so glad you confirmed that, Carl, because that was bothering me. Like, what does Ted Phillips have to? What does Sweaty Teddy, Chad, have to do with this? Good stuff.
Okay. Yes. You know what? I do remember hearing Speak say of this man. Just kind of forgot about it.
Anyway, what else you want to talk about?
Man, I don't know because I got nothing. I got nothing for you, man.
I mean, I feel like
I wanted to talk about this too, and I forgot because I like it. I like the competition at tackle position. What's going on here in the LTAs, man? Anybody catching any of that? You guys all know that the other day it was Karan, or last week was Karan. Now it's Ozzy taking the reps with first team. Did they do anything yet? Because I keep hearing stuff about possibly, and I don't know if this is just more crap too, that they might look at Wright moving to left tackle.
No.
Certainly, the most recent Ben Johnson presser was saying Wright is on the right. I'll try and find that for you.
Okay. No, good.
Yeah.
Good. I'm not catching things like I should yet. Still, I got about another week of fucking headaches.
Braxton Jones is off injured with a broken ankle and recovering from that still, Chad Speaker.
Yeah, so right now they're just putting the rookie and
They're running both out there with the first teams.
Yeah.
Who we got?
Yeah, they're just rotating them. It's not. Listen, this is May. There's nothing to talk about. Once we get into training camp and we see who's playing the most where, but I will say this much. I will not put it past Ozzy to take that left tackle spot. I wouldn't put it past him.
That's when we drafted him, man. You take a guy that high, he's got to. He better be doing something pretty quick.
Mm-hmm. Who was the left tackle? Not that I want to talk about 85, but who was the left tackle in 85? That was
Jimbo Covert.
He's kind of Jimbo Covert-ish.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Well, I always thought he was more Keith Van Hornish, but
I'll give you that one.
Yeah. But if he's a left tackle, he has to be. You have to at least try to find the comparison. Like
I don't see the feet, the flexibility and the movement skills like Covert has within Ozzy. I think he's more of a big guy like Van Horn was.
Yeah.
He seems like his center of gravity is low enough that it's hard for people to get below it.
That's what I said.
That's what
I don't know. I think that's going to be curious to see, seeing as though he's 6'7".
Yeah,
6'7". I'm sure you get a guy like Hassan Reddick or somebody like that who's 6'1". I'm sure they're going to be able to get underneath his pads, and that'll be. I'm real curious to see how that works out for him. But it'll be interesting. I can say that. And then him having 33-inch arms.
He was it last year in the game against? Wasn't it? Didn't he handle Jared Verse very well?
Who?
Ozzy Trapillo.
Yes.
Jared Verse? No. Jared Verse was in the league. He wasn't.
Well,
no.
2 years ago they were both rookies or both in the NCAA, right?
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, 2 years ago. Okay.
So
he's 6'8".
I saw
He's
part
not
of the
6'7",
film
he's
from
6'8".
that game because they did an all 22 on that game.
Didn't he play Penn State though this year?
Yes.
Didn't he handle what's his name? Carter? Well,
yes.
On the right side or left side?
Right side.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
I don't think it was like every down. I think it was due to Penn State's movement, but I'd have to check on that because I remember when we drafted him, and that's only a month ago, but boy, it seems like it was a long time ago. Going back and looking at his film because I saw Penn State, Illinois, Michigan, Florida from last year, and somebody else both from the prior year. And it was all, they had him all together because of the competition that he went up against. And he passed all the tests with flying colors. That's why I said after going back and looking at it that I don't maybe Braxton. I mean, right now you got to look at it this way: Braxton Jones is a starter until he's unable to be back, guaranteed when he's not back. That's just the way you would have to look at it, I would think.
I don't think we should rule out the rookie from last year, Armagaji. I don't think we should. I think, given the fact that he has 35-inch arms, I think.
Yep.
Smart, intelligent guy. Pretty light on his feet. I can't rule him out. I'm not saying Ozzy's bad. I just think that with those measurables and being a smart guy like that, I'm curious to see what he brings.
I agree. It could be either one. I'm just what I've seen of Ozzy and Aunt Farias put right on there on the screen, because I remember you and I both wanted Jared Verse on the Bears page.
Absolutely,
we both wanted him here, man, because look what he's doing. Look what he's doing. But Ozzy handled him Verse well during the Florida State game, and Farias said that, for those of you listening.
Cliff saying competition will determine who the 25 left tackle will be, and that kind of bleeds into what I was going to say. That, like, I mean, if we're all wrong about this, then we should all just become Packers fans. I mean,
shut your freaking mouth, dude.
If Ben Johnson is not the answer, I mean, Ben Johnson is clearly the answer. I mean, he passes the eye test over and over again. It's not just us as fans talking about him, it's the rest of the league. And let me finish my statement, then I'll let you go. That no matter what happens, I think that we all have that, and that rest assured thought in the back of our minds that he's going to get it right. He's going to have plays that are designed to put even our offensive linemen that might have been bad last year in a position to be good. Go ahead, Peach.
Respectfully, I think we're overlooking a small factor. I think that Ben Johnson is a smart guy. I think he has some makings of being a good coach, but he has to walk a somewhat fine line of
Chicago Media.
No, not them. Alienating the players, because if he's too hard on too many players and they rebel against it, he loses the locker room, he loses the team. And no matter how good of a coach you are, if your team is not playing hard for you, you're not going to succeed. So he's already gotten on Caleb, he's gotten on DJ, he's gotten on Cole. He keeps on getting on guys, and they rebel against that. There could be a problem. I'm not saying it's going to necessarily be a problem, but the possibility is there. So he has to remember that, because Eric Bieniemy already has that reputation of being hard on his players. So if now Ben's hard on his players as well, players can revolt against that. So you got to have that yin to that yang and be able to balance it out, because I just had this conversation today. I said, you can be hard on the player, but you also got to be able to love on them too. You got to have that fine balance. I mean, some may require more than the other, but you got to still be able to have that fine balance, because if you're just hard on all the time, some players can't respond to that. Just my opinion.
But will you then funnel out the players that can't respond to it and replace them with ones that will? And then that's when you start to build your true culture. Because if you have 40% people that don't buy in, basically, and 60% that do, and your team sucks, they're going to replace that. They're going to start whittling down that 40% to 30 and 20% until now it's 100% that buy into it.
I get it, but you guys, we missed a super chat.
Yes, I wanted to get to that. Where's that at?
I got it, because it says, and this is Jay Grizz, $1.99 super chat. I'm sewn with BCP FGB. As long as we're all not
fuck Green Bay.
Sack, Jay Grizz.
Yeah, as long as Jay Grizz is like knitting a BCP sweater, he's sewn with BCP.
That's right.
What?
brother.
No super chat?
Shit. Fuck Green Bay.
I love that you knit sweaters, Grizz. That's so beautiful. No, thank you for your super chat, Grizz. We appreciate it. We know what you mean.
We know you're down with BCP and fuck Green Bay, right? Yep. Fuck Green Bay.
Creature culture. What is
If I can address this, Scottish Bear is saying that, PJ, you're being critical now, just as you're talking criticism. Well, I'm not being critical as far as talking negatively about him personally. I just think when it comes to coaching is you're having to deal with a fine line of building a player up, criticizing a player. You have to know when to pull it and these different attributes. And to answer your question, Shorty, specifically, do you get rid of the players who can't handle the card coaching? Not necessarily, because I don't believe Tom Brady was always coached hard. He was probably coached hard at first, but then I really believe they kind of backed off of it, because you don't have to always coach them hard. You got to set a tone. And I'm a firm believer you do have to set a tone. But if you don't then figure out how to maneuver within that tone, like, okay, now I can keep the pressure going, or I can ease off a little bit. Because although you can be hard on them, like I said, be hard on them, but also love them. Like, man, you messed up. But I have to be able to tell you, man, you know what, you did good on that play. I like the way you hustled on that play. You did the correct technique on this play. I mean, you got to be able to balance it. And that's what I'm saying. If he's not careful, I'm not saying he's a horrible coach. If he's not careful and don't balance it to where you're giving them love and giving them criticism, if you don't do that, you could lose your player. That's what I'm saying. Scottish Bear, you're welcome to disagree. Have at it. That's just my opinion.
I agree with you though, PJ. You know, there is, but this is the time you got to find out where those thresholds are, man.
Agreed.
So, and I think he's so well aware of it just by his nature, the way he talks and the way he acts. I think he's well aware of what he's looking at. He's been around the game a little bit. But you got to find that line, and you know what? We're gonna have some players that are probably not going to be here because they don't like that. But that's fine, as long as, like you say, what the thing is, it can't be half the locker room going, I can't deal with it. But I don't see that happening from everything that is talked about. And it is we could look at it as a criticism, but it's also just reality, because that's the way it is in life and business. I mean, everything that I've dealt with, you've got people that handle people certain ways, man. So, you know, I had this one coach, man, and I'll never forget this. We were losing and somebody fumbled, and the other team picked it up and ran in for a touchdown. And he turned around, and I happened to be taking a breather because I'm usually playing by both sides of the ball. And I'm taking a breather, and he turns around and kicks me in the shin. He goes, "Damn it, Foster! They pulled a mental boner out there." And I'm like, "Yeah, he fumbled and the guy picked it up, but why the hell did you kick me in the shins?" I'm like 16 years old. But he was a really good coach, man. He was a really good coach because he knew when to be stern. He got carried away because he was wrapped up in the team because we were a good team, man.
But that's certain things, that's something you have to learn. And if Ben hasn't been the head coach before, I mean, does he know that already? That's what I'm not saying he is like that. Yeah, you know, I'm not saying he is like that. I'm just saying that's something he has to be mindful of. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're looking at it through the eyes of a Bears fan. Like we all sit here and, you know, PJ, you can never, you said it before, like, you can't predict your team to lose.
Thanks, Brandon.
You know, it's like, you know, if it was up to all of us, we'd be 17-0 every year and win the Super Bowl. It's hard to pick those losses when you're trying to, you know, come up with a schedule prediction. And I completely understand your sentiment on this. It's like, just because we all think Ben Johnson passes the eye test as a coach means nothing. It means what happens on game day, how he manages the game. Is he a head coach? It's been one of our. I think that's probably all of us as Bears fans. Like, what as much as we totally buy into Ben and we think this is it. I think that all of us say that with the reserve in the back of our throats. Like, what if he doesn't? What if he's not a head coach? What if he's just a great play caller on offense? What if he's a Matt Eberflus, a defensive coordinator that's can call plays all day long but can't coach? And the only thing that we have in that wheel bag of ours is just to see how he handles the media and and I've seen it in chat. Like he just handles the media differently. He just knows how to handle things. Like certain people have that special quality of being able to understand, delegate, and actually lead a room. And we could all be wrong, but it really does feel like this is the closest we've ever gotten to being correct on it. I can tell you that much. But doesn't mean shit because we could all be wrong.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it depends on how the players receive it. I mean, I know
they can grow old too, right?
Yeah, no, I know players have, they claimed they wanted hard coaching. They claim they wanted hard coaching. And if that's true, great. But then there's sometimes people say they want something, then when they actually get it, they're like, oh, I didn't want it that way. Because you cannot predict how the person will handle certain things their certain ways. So you just have to be able to accept it. But the reality is, if to Foster's point, if 50% of the locker room say, you know what, I ain't going, Bears is not getting rid of 50% of their locker room. So what does that mean?
Yeah, but now we're projecting again. No.
Well, again, agree.
Poop is in the pudding. I wonder if that means alcohol's in there too. That's the way I'm looking at it. Never mind.
It couldn't be pudding with alcohol though, right? It would have to be made with water.
Well, it's got to be proof, man. Gotta have some proof in that pudding.
100% proof in the pudding.
There you go. I'll take 80.
No, I mean, you make a great point, Peach. I just think that I got to respond to this. Are you concerned with Coach Johnson's coaching style? Hell no, I'm not concerned with that poll. If we're wrong this time, I mean, everything seems to be in place. I mean, right down to 2 more skill position players in the draft, the first 2 picks, 2 more just to drive it home. It's like there's no failing on offense now, right? We've got the coach, we've got the players, we've got
here's a key. We've got the coaches.
The coaches, thank you.
Just
plural.
Somebody said it in the chat too. He surrounded himself. There, Rick Gonzalez. He surrounded himself with other great coaches. I mean, that just makes the likelihood of what Peach and I were talking about, in my mind, less that's going to happen. I mean, there's less of a chance of that happening. But
yeah, he didn't bring.
He didn't bring line that you got to walk.
He didn't bring a buddy. He brought in like coaches, people he never even knew before. It all leads up to, God, I hope we're all correct this time, or gosh, I hope we're all correct this time, Peach. I hope we are.
I mean that's the hope. I mean, I'm just saying that is the hope. And I mean, me myself, I mean, I tend to lean more towards being a harder coach. But like I said, even in that, being a harder coach, you still want to be able to. You want to be able to show the kid, or the men in this case, love in the sense of, look, I can give you some compliment or praise when you do something right. I mean, you do have to balance it out. And but some people, I mean, let's face it, some of these players have been the gift of football to whatever team they been on. It's like they did. I mean, things was given to them because they were so uber talented. Now you in a position where you're around other good and great players, you may not get that star treatment like you've been used to, and some people may not be able to handle it. That's just the reality. And if that person can't be held or takes a back by it, then you have several people being taken aback by it. They may feel some type of way. I mean, that's just the reality of what could happen. I'm not saying it is happening. I'm just saying it could happen.
I get you. If you add up the years of coaching around there and like, okay, so Alan, a lot of his players have said he's a fantastic coach and he gets you ready for the game. And all these other coaches, Bieniemy, as running backs go, the ones he's dealt with, they've all had high praise for the guy. So I just don't think that this is going to be an issue. And a create culture said this too. He goes, create culture says I'd rather have to tell him to throttle it back than to crank it up, because you couldn't even tell Flus to crank it up because he couldn't crank it up.
I think he's talking about the players, not the coaches. When it comes to coaching, you rather.
I think it all goes hand in hand.
I think I'd rather tell Ben Johnson to throttle it back if I'm the general manager than to have to throttle it up.
Oh, okay.
That's the way I'm taking that comment. So create culture. He's talking about the coaches.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I'm at too. I'm saying I'd rather have to tell my coaches to throttle it down a bit than to throttle it up, because this game is intense. You've got to be prepared, man. We know what happens when you're not. We've been watching it for decades. And that's the other thing I wanted to touch on before I forget is these Packers and Lions fans, the younger ones and the guys with short-term memory, they must have forgot about the 25 years that the Packers just sucked and the 40-something years that the Lions just sucked. So all these teams have been through it. They just don't realize it or don't know their history.
It's cyclical.
Well, I've been saying that since.
That's why I'm saying the T formation it's got to come back.
58 AD.
That's why the T formation has to come back.
BC.
I've
been trying to bring it back since 77. That was last year.
I was at Coach B's house this past weekend for Memorial Day weekend.
Sorry, Coach B.
By the way, PJ, thank you for your service, my friend.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
No.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. I forgot.
Thank you for your service.
We weren't around. We didn't do anything about somewhat, or did we?
So I was hanging out with my best friend this weekend, and he knows all. We did a show about the T formation together, Coach B and I, and he's showing me this team that they, the recording of. He's like, this team kicked our ass, and they ran the T formation, and as soon as they went to like a spread formation, we stopped them, and they went right back to the T formation. So he starts showing me these videos of the recordings of the plays, and this team went full, like two tight end, 3 running back set. They handed the ball off to the middle running back, and he ran it to the left side for like 15 yards. The next play, they're on like the 8-yard line, and they ran the same play, but it was like an awesome move by a high school kid. He faked the ball to the same running back, but meanwhile slipped it to the fullback on the left, and the running back who was in the middle went left like he was running the same play. But meanwhile, the fullback on the left side of the T formation had the ball and went right up the middle for a touchdown. And I was like, yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about, man. Like, why cannot that work in the NFL? Relentless Mikey. I mean, hold on a second. That requires me to get out of my chair. Relentless Mikey.
We don't want too big of a soapbox. Well, actually, yeah. You know what? We do want a bigger one, because then you won't be able to see his face.
Yeah, thank you. Relentless Mikey. Thank you for your 1999 super chat to buy Shorty a larger soapbox.
Yes.
Any soapbox, any color, 1999.
If I got a larger soapbox, I'd be out of the screen.
What? No super chats?
That's Mikey's whole point.
If I may, I want to give a shout out to the guys who's thanking me. Thank you guys for acknowledging my service. I appreciate it. Truly, humbly, thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you.
PJ, thank you.
PJ,
appreciate it.
PJ.
It's two, because I don't know if we said anything last week. Like all the people over the last 200 plus years that gave their lives for this country so we could sit here and do this tonight.
And you were willing to give yours, but you kept it.
Any member of the service.
Thank God.
Yeah. You're not kidding. Because then I'd only have like one friend, Peach.
I mean, I can't. That takes a man, Peach. It takes a man to do that. It does.
It takes many decades to be a man, Shorty, and you ain't reached that decade yet.
I thought I did 15 years ago.
You set me up for it, brother.
Had I entered the military when I was 18, I
what?
Definitely
No super chats? What? No super chats?
My goodness.
What? No super chats?
Chicago
what?
finest.
No super chats?
$5 super chat. Have you guys watched Ben Johnson's scheme versus the Vikings defense? His blocking scheme protects well against heavy blitzing. Bear down, go Bears. Chicago finest.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, Chicago finest. That's humbled by that. Thank you very, very much.
Hit me up.
And that's the thing. I mean, there's a lot to be excited about. I mean, there truly is. There's a lot to be excited about it. And I'm excited to see what Ben Johnson can do. I really am. I mean, if I don't sound like it, I apologize, but I'm excited to see what he can do. I just know the flip side of what happens if you don't balance it out. I mean, because look at Ditka. I think Ditka got to the point where he didn't tone it back some, and he lost some of his players. And although they won the Super Bowl together, he still lost some of his players. Even when he was in New Orleans, that guy didn't fly too well down there either. So it could happen. Not saying it will. Just wanting to be cautious of balancing it out while dealing with these players.
Ghost any hit me up.
What's up, Brian Gilmore? How you doing? Thanks for popping in.
Gilmore.
I knew that was coming. I was trying to avoid it.
I mean, listen, we've sat here on. We won the off season 3 years in a row now, right? Like, yeah, we got this shit. BCP predicted 11-6 3 years in a row. What are we at now? Now that your final predictions are in, Foster, 10-7.
I messed it up. Yeah, are we 10-7?
I think we're 10-7.
Carl's on it.
As a show, we're 10-7.
Any hit me up.
But
it's so fucking funny.
The chat was 15-2, guys. You guys in chat predicted 15-2.
Now, Shorty, what are you gonna do with that soapbox that Mikey got you if the Bears go 2-15 and only beat the Ravens and the Eagles? What would you do?
I'm gonna take a reciprocating saw, cut it in half, and I'm gonna stand on it like this.
I thought you
also, you'd be the opposite of a soapbox.
I'll take the reciprocating saw and cut.
Wonder if Ghost Annie could help you guys with that.
Nothing like a good old quarter.
I love Aldo, by the way.
Ghost any hit me up.
I'm trying to beat the algorithm with that one.
Come on, let's say it 3 times. Aldo shall appear.
Aldo, the Podfather.
He's talking about me right now.
Podfather. Podfather.
Actually,
Podfather.
Foster, do you feel like reading right now, Foster?
What do you want me to read? I could read.
What does that say?
Ghost any hit me up.
Oh, that's amazing.
Gosteni. I knew a dude named Gosteni once.
What? No super chat?
Ghost any hit me up.
That's the last one.
Ghost any hit me. Where does that even come from? What show was that? Last night?
Yeah, last night was terrible. It was a great show, but all of a sudden it was 12:45. He played the outro and it kicked me out, and I came back in and we talked. All of a sudden it was 1:30, man. I'm
that's
dead
so
tired.
2:30 my time. I bugged out at like 11:30.
I'm trying to tell you, man, it was nuts.
It
So
sounded like
I'm out of here in 25 minutes.
It sounded like he was done
In
with
20
the show.
minutes, I'm playing the CCP theme, and we're doing polls of the night, whatever it is. Polls got this shit, and then we're done.
Polls.
Okay, so you finally, Foster, added 9 and 8 to the record.
Yes.
So only J2K went off the rails, 12 and 5.
I love his conviction. I do. I love his conviction.
I was not predicting 10. I would say 10 and 7, but I did. So I'm ashamed of myself. Actually, I wanted to predict like 7 and 10. Damn it!
No, I couldn't stop myself.
You know, it only took him 50 years, and he finally realized that he should be ashamed of himself. He's on the ball now. Don't let him stop. Yeah, but,
somebody stop me.
You know, when you guys were doing the break, though, at least J2K, every game where if we had him losing it, he'd give a good, solid evidence of why they could win it. I'm just saying, he did. It was convincing to me.
Yeah,
but
he's firm. I mean, he's a man of strong convictions on that prediction.
Absolutely.
So, and my hat's off to him. I
think it's just because he didn't see 69 to 1982.
I actually think I predicted too much, being 8 and 9. I thought I predicted too many wins.
Yeah, I think he did that last couple of years. You've been on the low end, but I get it.
Brandon, just really quickly, sorry to interrupt you, but Brandon, when is your guys' show at Chicago 4-Star Chicago Sports? When is that starting?
And tell your co-host to stop ignoring me, man. I got their phone numbers, DMs, and Twitter. Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
Carl, don't go there anymore. Maybe he blocked you. Maybe you were over the top.
It's not Brandon's doing. I forgot the other gentleman. They've got like 3-4 hosts. So,
you're starting at 11:30 Central Time, Brandon. Okay, cool. We've got 2 hours. Everyone, make sure you guys go check out 4-Star Chicago Sports. Awesome stuff over there. Love those guys. Listen, they're from my hometown. They're my guys, man. I can't do anything but promote them. Literally from my hometown. So
you don't have to make it hard on them now that you're telling everybody you live.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I don't mean to ruin your podcast.
Who's got a hard on? Gotcha, PJ. Gotcha.
That is Brandon Duplessis in chat tonight. 4-Stars Chicago Sports guys. Yeah. So what were you saying? Oh, so Foster, you predicted a winning record and put us at 10 and 7 collectively.
That's what it appears.
If it wasn't for J2K, we would have a losing record.
Well, that's only because of Carl. Well, I forgot PJ, but I mean, we're right there. Everybody's, if you throw out J2K, it's all at 800 area, a 500 area team. And if we are 500, give or take a game, that's probably what a lot of people are expecting, not much more. I mean, I was looking at some of the power rankings, and I keep seeing the Bears 16 or 17. That's right in the middle of the pack. So I'm not even saying those are right because we don't know, man. We won't know till we get through the real preseason, which is September.
Dude.
You know what I find really amazing, though, with this record that's up here? That everyone, chat and all of us, have us beating the Lions at home the last game of the season.
Oh, yeah.
The battle for 4th place.
Well, yeah. There's only 4 games where everybody agrees. Lions, Browns, Saints. 3. Am I missing one?
The Ravens. The Ravens and Eagles.
Yeah. A lot. I wasn't looking at the L's. I was just looking at the wins.
Yeah.
The Browns and the Saints.
Browns, Saints, and Lions.
Yeah. The craziest part is that none of this is this is all meaningless. As we get into this, it's like everything goes. You get week to week. All of a sudden now you've got, one of these teams is going to be 4-1, or they might be 3-3. Now we have a 3-3 record, and we're like, oh shit, this is a big game, and it's like every game becomes a big game, And
I like what J2K said here. We were 4-2 in the first 6 games last season. Flus was 1-5 in one-score games with 5 minutes left. We've got a far better roster than last year's record showed.
Well said, J2K.
So,
But don't we also have a young roster with a rookie head coach and a new scheme?
yes, absolutely. And a bunch of experienced coaches around them.
I just don't see that this quick light the world on fire start.
Carl,
and what, we're going to lose games to end the year? I think it's
Carl,
the opposite.
Throw them out.
Carl, I know you were like 16, but Matt Nagy did far better with aside from defense, a far less better team on offense. Went 12-4 in his first season. He was a fraud.
That was because we traded for Khalil Mack, and we had so much invested in that defense. I just talked about this yesterday, right?
Khalil Mack had one great game.
What? Khalil Mack would have won Defensive Player of the Year if it wasn't for the great Aaron Donald.
He had one great game, he had a few good games.
He had a one incredible season, if you want to say that, sure, 2018.
It wasn't all great, though.
Sure it was. It was great. 2019 was worse. 2020 was even worse. It was just declined from 2018, but 2018 he was at the top of the roller coaster. He was fantastic.
He had like 12 sacks that year?
At least, yeah. And just I'm sure if you look at the advanced metrics, he was just playing out of his mind. The only point I'm trying to make here is that 2018 team was because they had a lot invested on the defense, and it came to fruition. If they had a good quarterback, they'd probably win the Super Bowl. They did.
Vic Fangio sure helped that team a lot.
You're telling me.
You mean a good kicker?
That could have helped too.
Trubisky wasn't terrible. He threw 6 touchdowns in one game that year.
Yeah. It was one.
He wasn't terrible.
Led us down to
look at go look at all the games. Sorry, TJ. Go ahead.
I said in that year, in that playoff game, he led us to be in field goal position to win the game.
I'll agree with you there. There's just too many games, though, that they could have lost in that season if you go back and watch where the offense couldn't do crap. Go look at the scores even. Just look at the scores.
2018?
2018. Crap. Now he's going to pull them all up, and I'm off.
I mean, that Rams game is kind of the exact perfect example of what I'm trying to convey. Like, our defense balled out at home with little to no help from our offense. I think 100%. That was the Bradley Sewell game, right? Santa Slay, something like that. Like, you had to go that deep in your bag just to win.
Yeah. Would they have been able to accomplish that with Glennon?
I don't think so.
The money would have indicated that he should have, but
that was the dumbest signing I ever saw the Bears make in my life.
Well, you got the guy before the quarterback, right? Wasn't that identical to what happened with Andy Dalton? They signed Andy Dalton first and then drafted Fields, traded up to draft Fields.
But Andy Dalton was a proven starter. Mitch Glennon was never anything, ever.
I'd rather trade for the first overall pick a year early from a really bad football team and then draft Caleb Williams. That's what I would choose to do. But
you'd rather do what?
I was just making a joke about how essentially the Bears lucked into Caleb Williams. Instead of having to pay a vet and then trade up to draft another guy, like, no, let's just get the first overall pick. Again, a joke.
No, I mean, I don't know. I think, looking at the Bears' last 10 years, and all but 3 top 10, or I'm sorry, 3 first-round draft pick quarterbacks, it's been slim pickings here. I mean, again, our problem has been more than the quarterback. That has always been the Bears' problem. It's been more than just the quarterback. And hopefully now we're in a good place to where we can come together as a team. And that's what, that's what I'm hoping for, that, but to what Foster and I talk about every year when it comes to the preseason, if you're not playing your starters and getting them some reps and getting them some time together and time on task and building
Continuity,
some
my brother.
cohesion.
Continuity.
Yeah. If you're not doing that, I'm going to be concerned, and my prediction will change, because that to me says something. I mean, play your starters. I ain't saying you got to play them the whole game, but you at least got to play them a quarter, the first game, 2 quarters the second game, and what you do in that third game depends on what the other team's doing, in my opinion. But you've got to get your guys some reps out there, and if you don't get them those reps, I know they're going to have joint practices. I get that. But they still need some game timing. You got a new system, new quarterback, new players in there. Get them some game time reps. You can't duplicate that in joint practices. You can't. Give them, see, okay, you're coming out of a huddle. You're coming out of a huddle. You got a certain amount of time. Get under center and make your plays. All these type of things that you can't duplicate necessarily in practice. I mean, that's not something they do. In practice, sometimes the coach is in the huddle with them in practice, giving them the play. They're not calling it in from the sideline. They're not using the microphones.
I fully agree, PJ, with what you're saying. I mean, I think the Bears should treat a Week 2 preseason game against a Super Bowl caliber team as a blessing. Play them into the third quarter for all I care. That is a very good opportunity to really figure out what you got.
Exactly.
Because you got week 5 bye week, right? You got your preseason, the first 4 weeks, whatever the joke is, right? Then that's the rest of the season, man. Like, if you don't figure this thing out quick, you're not going to have that hot start. God forbid Ashton Genty peaks in his career. God forbid Matt Eberflus gets really mad, engage 8 every other play. You could be looking going into that bye week at 1-4. That's just how I feel. Okay, we're dancing with the devil. We're going back to the Redskins' house. I don't think that's a win. I don't think that 1-5 would be an indication that the Bears are a bad team. It's just how I saw it in that prediction I made, man. So
yeah,
that Commanders game,
Redskins.
That Redskins game.
Thank you.
I don't even want to. That's a whole nother rant. I already went there.
So I wanted to make this a poll, and I think I should. But do you have? I don't know if we'll need a new Gen X sponsorship. Do you have the testosterone to do that every week? Is that a weekly segment on BCP?
What's that?
Shorty Soapbox.
Oh.
Bears.
I'm down with SSB.
Shorty's Soapbox. What do you say, chat? Let's get a poll going.
All right, get a poll going, and if they agree on it, then I'll give it my best.
Now, if you want the genuine, because I did a poll on what the results were. We graded it, right? Everyone said it was an A. There are some D-bags, whatever it was, right? It was an A segment.
Thank you.
If you do that every single week, it's going to degrade, in my opinion. Can you do it once a month? Or should we keep it to spontaneous?
I could do it once. Well, I can do that once a month. Spontaneous. Yeah, I think if you force
I'll get a pulse
happen, right? If I have to stress out over, oh fuck, I have to get a rant ready for this week.
Then you're gonna literally poop it out, and it's gonna be poop.
Yeah, it's gonna be like, so guys, I'm so sick of we can't get 100 yards rushing. What the fuck?
Sick of seeing Foster every Thursday night. What the hell?
Yeah, I'll eventually be like, Foster, he stopped biting people.
Well, we do have a new segment that we're introducing tonight that's been going on for a while, but we never called it. So we actually call it tonight. What T-shirt is Foster wearing tonight? Come on, Foster.
That's the same one you were licking the screen with before, only it's shattered. Rolling Stones.
Yeah, but that's a different shirt. That's a different shirt in a different year.
Give it to us, Foster. Well,
give it to us
after you show us your ass. Oh,
my
sorry.
goodness.
Yeah, well, I can't see what I'm doing. Can you see the back or no?
Yeah, we can see some of it. Okay, Foster, turn around.
Here's what I love about Foster. Guy lives in Chicago, okay? And he turns around and shows his back. He says, "Hey, I can't see the back. Can you guys see it?" You're the reason why SNL made us famous, my friend. That's why I love you.
All right, explain the shirt to us, Foster. Go ahead.
This is
Just give me your own segment, man.
This is from the Rolling Stones concert. I can't remember what year it was, 2000 and something. A Bigger Bang, Soldier Field.
Cool.
Well, the other one, Shorty, was from '89, and that was just a solid tongue that you're thinking of, right? It wasn't distorted like this.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anybody remembers. I think this is like shirt number 10 in the series where I had stopped when we were getting close to the draft, and I was wearing Bears jerseys for 3, 4, 5 weeks there. But now we're back on the rock concert show in the off season here.
So how many more shirts do you have left before you have to recycle it?
Probably 20 more.
Okay, well, let's
I probably got about 40.
I said it's a weekly segment now, bro.
Right, that should be the segment, PJ. Like you said,
Right.
what shirt is Foster wearing?
I want to know if everybody's down with SSSB. Yeah, you screwed it up now. Shorty's spontaneous soapbox.
Ironically, I think the acronym you're looking for is SSP, right? Shorty's soap. Oh, SSB.
That's what I said. SSB.
Back to the realm of trading cards, the highest
crap.
rarity for a trading sports card is SSP, as in Paul. So I thought that's funny.
As in PJ?
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
By the way, Carl.
Steve, New Breed Sports checking in from Detroit, our man in Detroit.
By the way, if we're questioning Foster on his shirts and everything, I also think that we should continuously gauge the color of his mustache. So get like a card and hold it next to his face and be like, okay, is this beer brat? Is this going pale? Got to get some more rides going on there. Hit your quota.
I'm gonna start dyeing it, man.
I just bought this, Carl. A Roma Dunze rookie. Hold on, let me make it. Focus.
No, you can't like Roma Dunze. DJ Moore's the wide receiver 1.
Hold on. Damn it! It's not focusing. There you go. A Roma Dunze rookie 1 of 10. Just got that on eBay.
They should make a card where it's like
PSA 9, by the way.
It's Roma Dunze, but themed in like a Romeo and Juliet border, and it's got like the rose. Like I would pay boku bucks for that. Anyway.
Oh my God, PJ, 1, 2, 3. New breed. Sports.
Just any hit me up.
What's up, New Breed?
Very nice for Aldo to join us tonight too.
Yeah. Apparently, Aldo's gonna be around.
Is this another segment, Carl, with my mustache color?
Yeah.
Clip's going. Yeah, the mustache looks like a hash resin color today.
we can fix. I think we should pursue this. I think that we should get paint chips from Home Depot and name them and get an actual card that never changes. And we'll have you put it next to your face. A little 15-minute segment.
Well, then I want
this yellow.
Call it Faking Foster. Yeah, beer bra.
The chain stores and get the color named after my mustache so I can make some money off of it.
Yeah, we got to get a trademark on that.
Yep.
Foster's mustache.
All trademarks from
Only
this episode of
available at the Home
BCP are
Depot,
belonged exclusively by the Bears Country Productions channel.
Exclusively available at Home Depot. Foster's Ash Resin Stash.
Beer bra mustache ride. Hey, yo.
Mikey, thank you. That's a sick card, Shorty. I appreciate that. My cousin. So when we did the episode where I was opening cards, like my cousin who's like my brother, he's like, he got into it again. And he's like, you should buy this card. You should buy this card. You should buy this card. He's like, you have to buy this Rome card. It's 1 of 10. It's going to be worth, like, if he's anything that we think he could be, you'll be able to sell it for at least twice your money, and it's an investment. But I'm like, done, bought. It'll be here in. Oh, by the way, Carl, I didn't show you this. Hold on.
Make it quick. I got 5 minutes.
Okay, I'll try. Hold on, I gotta find.
He got 3 hours and 35 minutes.
Oh, absolutely not. No, I'm getting this PDF exported. I'm playing the CCP theme, and we're done. I'm
All right,
running on
Carl, look
fumes.
at
I thought
this.
it was gonna fall on my face at Aldi.
Okay, so it came in here. Okay, I just gave you my address, by the way.
So you just flashed the address?
Look at this, bro.
Oh boy!
It's because nobody sends them anything, anyways.
Look at this.
Unless he
Okay.
orders it.
Oh, was a PSA submission?
No, it's an authenticated eBay Caleb Williams negative.
Hey, I got like one of that. I got that for Frank Gore though.
I saw that on your own unveil,
Yeah.
but I paid for this.
How much?
None of your damn business.
How much can those be? That's not that high of a rarity from that set. That's
Yeah.
that garbage Topps Chrome, right?
No, it's the negative.
Yeah, it's from Topps Chrome.
He hacked BCP for the card, man.
That's Topps Chrome, bro.
So if we're not here next week or somebody new,
I have elite knowledge of the most tiny little speck of this hobby. I can tell you that negative from Topps Chrome is not that rare. Maybe the player combination with him is.
The guy,
Monangai comp is Frank Gore. Nope.
I'm just saying, these guys who been paying the super chats tonight, you paid for those cards, sir. That's
No, you did not.
yeah. I'm joking.
You did not. You paid for the Photoshop and the Canva and the sound trap and the fucking StreamYard. That's what you guys paid for.
Now, Shorty, I know how to fix all of those revenue issues, if you will.
Just any hit me up.
Told you, man, I'm
Just
not
saying,
robbing a
just
bank
saying.
again.
Just saying.
Okay. Let's talk on the side
Ghost, any.
when we're done with this.
Now, if you guys want to contribute to Foster getting more paneling, go ahead and give us a super chat and address it to Carl Foster getting more paneling to hide more bodies.
Or just give us your credit card, which we'll embroider or whatever we're doing with that.
No, I think we need to get some 1970s paneling and just have someone install it so that Foster doesn't have to do it by himself right behind him. Because we've lost so many jokes over the paneling that you sold the house with.
Now it's like an elite inside joke, though.
You should have been like, the paneling comes with me.
Right.
It's an elite
Bodies can
inside joke.
stay, but the paneling's coming with me.
No, at least this wall. This
You
wall
made
of
Foster
paneling,
leave. What have you done?
he has to take a piss, I'm sure.
What have you done?
You want to go find some paneling?
Hey, yo.
This wall of paneling comes with me, guys. It's part of this show. Like, what show? Well, I have this podcast. It's pretty famous. Everyone knows about it. I'm being Foster.
Now,
Wait, you don't know about BCP?
Speaking of football, real quick, I see J2K says Doug Martin is a good comp for Monangai.
Don't buy it.
You don't agree?
Wait, what?
No, I don't.
Doug Martin being a comp to Monangai.
Now I have to do research?
You've never heard of Doug Martin, the muscle hamster? From the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Right.
Oh my God, he's a Tampa Bay Buccaneer? I can't believe I haven't heard of him. I'm a diehard Chicago Bears fan. I can't believe I've never heard of a fucking Tampa Bay Buccaneer.
I'm going to test this
I'm
one out and
sorry,
see if
I feel
I bone
ashamed.
the ad revenue right now.
Let me
But
look
anyway,
him up right now.
It's time
Oh, here we go.
for Polls Got This Shit, everyone.
Now we're getting banned. Oh God. Carl talked about that. He's like, China's taking over the world, right? I'm playing this tonight. I'm like, I understand.
You down with CCP, everyone?
Oh my
Anyway, Shorty.
God. Should I read off the poll results? Polls got this shit. You fucking me all up with this. How old was Foster in 1960? Hold on. How old was Foster in 68? 8,590 at 43%. He was 98 at 21%. 21% said 3,988%, and 13% said he was 998. For all you guys that guessed 8,590, you are correct. Great Shorty's soapbox from 5:29 tonight, 25. Wow, A. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that. I saw that A at like a 90% for a long time. I don't know what happened. People started trolling or something, but it definitely was an A performance in my opinion.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Poll complete. 28 votes. Are you down with BCP? Wow.
Incorrect.
33 or CCP. Yes or yes.
See, it's corrupt. It's at 99%, right? 66 plus 33%. It's corrupt.
That's Carl fucking with you guys. How often do you want Shorty's soapbox?
Wait, that sounds really suspect. I'm not going to lie on that.
It does.
How often do you want the soapbox? How often do I want?
I'll be honest. A side note: I worked with the guy, and every year, I worked from home. Never met him. Only talked to him on the phone. And every year he would send us, everyone from work, a box. I'm talking about a industrial box of like all these scented soap bars. I'm like, what am I gonna ever do with these soap bars? Like, I don't use soap bars. I use body wash. And
what? You don't use soap? What?
I don't use soap bars. I use body wash and a pump. And I use.
Wait, you use a pump? What?
I use a 2-in-1 body wash / hair just so it gets all done in the same time.
Hair.
I don't have to go using two different things in the shower. It's like too much. It's too much. So
wow, you sound like Travis Kelce. Two things at once.
So how about we give away one of these bars of soap to?
I'm just saying.
We'll have to make that. Let's make that a segment. We'll give away a bar of soap to.
Soap can dry your skin out, so you got to be careful with certain soaps.
No, it's made out of like horse hair or horse hooves. You know, it's like it's real soap.
But the certain soaps will dry your skin.
Horse hooves.
Yeah.
You got to use like Dove or Caress.
No, this is like
oils in your body.
I'm talking about high-end soap bars that are like clear and colored and scented. Like
and still certain soap dries out your skin.
You're correct. And then finally, so the soapbox is 72%. I should be on a soapbox spontaneously, according to the chat, which I agree with.
Yeah, if we force it out of you, I don't think it'll come off well, but we have to treat it as a special event, in my opinion.
That was the highest rated chat poll of the night, was spontaneous.
Oh, shit, I missed one. There was one more that I missed, though. And someone did some trolling again, but one of the polls that I ran was if you agree you even pointed it out. Are you upset with Ben Johnson's coaching style or concerned with it? It was at 100%. No one was concerned with it until someone started trolling.
I guess it will only be me that's concerned with it.
Fucking PJ's the troll, huh?
It went all the way down to 87, but it was at 20 votes and it was 100%.
PJ's the mole, not the troll, Carl.
Another segment, the mole and the troll. Do I have it in me, chat, to play CCP one more time? I don't think I do.
Please don't.
Okay. Gentlemen, I'm going to bid you a farewell. I am very tired.
Yeah, you were at a hard out after 2 hours, weren't you? I said the same thing.
Well, are we cutting the cord, or what's going on here?
Get out of here, and then I'll cut my cord, and PJ and Foster can handle the show from here.
Oh, yeah, you guys are going to cut the cord behind the scenes, huh? All right, chat, behave.
No, Foster.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, Carl.
Good night, Carl. Wherever you are out there now. Good night, Carl.
Wherever in Never Land you are.
Forever CCP.
I think we're at like 4 minutes and nobody said anything, huh?
Yeah. We can call the plug.
Nobody said anything.
Who? Us or the chat?
Yeah. No, you guys didn't say anything at all.
About the paneling in the back. The paneling behind him. He put the paneling behind him.
Put the panel in the back. Put the panel in the back.
So I made that house into a 4-bedroom, and the people who bought it didn't want the 4th bedroom. So I was like, I needed a piece of paneling for my stairway, so I grabbed a piece of paneling from there. And I just went downstairs. It's a 4x8 sheet, and I just went downstairs and dragged it up here and stuck it in the back. If I get up and move, it's gonna fall down and slide because it's too big for this room. I'm starting a new body wall, baby.
You cannot put that. You have to go back in the house and go, wait, can I get one more section of paneling for my show?
I'm not even using half of this sheet. I was like, why go spend the $25? All I need is a piece.
Dude, you can't.
When you brought it up, I'm like, all right, I'm going to go grab that thing. It won't be that hard. I almost fell coming up the stairs, knocked everything over in here. I don't know if you noticed the camera was like this.
Dude,
I was looking at the chat. I'm going like this. I wonder if anybody sees what the hell's going on because I never turned the volume or the camera off.
Dude, you have got to.
You guys.
You can't use that. You've got to go get a new piece of paneling for whatever you got that for and use that for. This is your show paneling.
Well, I just bought
Cliff
this.
says,
bought this like 5 weeks ago.
You
I
can
made
still
a
buy
wall.
paneling?
Oh, okay.
They wouldn't let me take any paneling because they actually are keeping all of it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood you. Okay.
They're just going to change the floors out and keep all the paneling for now because it's not like it's tore up or anything. Just dark.
You can still buy paneling?
That's what I was. That's where I was going. I was like, I just assumed you took that out of the house because that's what I thought you said. Because I was half paying attention to you because I was like, "Fuck, you took the paneling out of the house."
I did. Well, here I made the room I was broadcasting out of into a bedroom. So this was the wall with the door in it, and they said we're only buying the house if you take that back out. We want the family room, not the 4th bedroom. So I was like, screw it. I can't take it back. It's got holes in it from electric and this and that and pieces cut off, all of it. So I was like, all right, crap. I need a piece for my stairway because I got it painted. So it doesn't matter what the paneling is as long as it's this pattern.
PJ.
Shut up, man.
How special is this guy?
I'm telling you. Did you see what the relentless Mike says? You get paneling. You get paneling, and you get paneling. Everybody gets paneling. You get a toaster, and you get a toaster, and you get a toaster.
Wait, no, you get paneling.
That's hilarious. What's up, Walt?
Walt with the
oh my God.
Whoa,
the paneling
back. No, Cliff, I don't have any shag carpeting. I actually kind of did, but now it's a hardwood floor, so
you gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. I'm telling you. Gotta love it.
Oh, these guys are good. Tony Moyes, like, you put paneling behind your toilet. No, Tony, it's my coffin area. Not toilet, coffin, whatever.
You guys cannot, and I repeat, you cannot get this type of content anywhere else. Flesh, right here.
And also,
Foster in the panel.
New house, new paneling.
And also, you cannot tell the media moguls about this. This is between you and I, chat. You and us, chat.
Cliff's
This
freaking
is
out. Dude, you can still buy paneling? You can, man. There's lots of... Now they got... It's crazy what they got now. This was even hard to find. They don't make much of this stuff crap.
I'm just assuming that all the paneling you would buy would be like white now. It wouldn't be. You wouldn't be
A
able
lot
to
of
like
it is, man.
like
Some of
bury behind the
it's
wall.
just white
brown.
sheets like a wall already painted.
Relentless Mikey. For $50 super chat, Foster will send you an autographed copy or an autographed piece of the paneling.
Absolutely. Just send me your address. I'll put my John Hancock on it or my fucking Foster on it. And that's what I sign it to. I sign everything as fucking Foster.
Man.
As long as you trust
Even
him
in church.
to Foster.
You trust your credit card to Foster, and he will send you
Scottish
autograph.
That's what it should be, Foster.
Why does Foster got flooring behind? Is he drunk on the ground again? That's not paneling. He's laying on the floor again.
I'm telling you, classic, right there. That's a classic.
For anyone in the chat, if you want a piece of Foster's paneling, just send your credit card to Foster. He'll stamp it with a BCP logo, and then he'll send you a piece of paneling back in the mail with your credit card.
And
after spending
$100, piece of the paneling is going to be the credit card with the BCP logo on it.
Oh yeah.
And I'll sign it. Like it's an art thing, man. It might be worth a couple bucks someday. I give it about 6 more months at the rate I'm going.
Foster, there's no fucking way that paneling is going anywhere.
Oh yeah, it is, dude.
That paneling is staying right there.
It can't.
It's got to be replaced with one.
Blocking my window. It's covering up all my bear shit. And like I said, if I get up, it's gonna fucking slide down on my white out. The chair I'm sitting in is like holding it up because it's like this.
You had to like lean it like this against the wall so it didn't fall on you.
Oh, Mikey forgot. I forgot. Mikey finished the rest of our advertisement for the paneling credit cards, and your card will be maxed out when you get it back. So make sure you keep high limits on it before you send it to me. Scottish Bear is terrible, man. This is bad.
I'm going to send my $30,000 credit card limit to Foster and put a BCP logo on.
Special paneling. Virginia McCaskey's ashes are behind that paneling.
Man.
That's terrible.
That is classic, man. That's a classic.
Super chat for Foster keeping the paneling.
Man.
If only we had Carl here, he would say. Oh wait, he would say.
What? No super chats?
Now it's
guys.
Really
these are jokes. We don't need no super chats.
No, we're kidding, guys.
The attic bedrooms.
But man,
I gotta tell you, that's good stuff, Foster.
yeah, that was good. That was good, Foster. Right on time, man. Good job. Good job, Foster.
You guys made me do it, man. You made me do it.
I want to highlight the people in the chat: Cliff Victoria, Relentless Mikey, Scottish Bear, J2K, The Bear Review, Amphiarius. Scrolling up, Brian Gilmore, Tony Moy. Did I say Scottish Bear? New Breed Sports. J2K, Brian Gilmore, Cliff Victoria. You guys can help me out anytime you want to.
Hair Bear.
I'm trying to pull them up as you say them. Oh, here. How about this one? Mutt Greer. What's up, dude? What's up, Mutt Greer?
What's up, Mutt Greer? Chad Spiegel. You guys in the chat, we appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for the shout outs. Jay Grizz. Yeah, you guys are great in the chat. Truly appreciate you. Calvin. Just Calvin. Nothing else. Just Calvin. Just Calvin. Appreciate you.
Let's get to the super chats too. We've got $5 from Chicago's finest.
Yes.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
You.
Humbled by your generous donation to keeping the lights on. Mikey, Relentless Mikey, 1999, bro. I mean, come on, bro.
Appreciate you.
You know, Shorty's going to take and go buy like $7 of lumber and build a soapbox, stick the rest in his pocket.
Yeah.
Pre-used lumber.
I'm gonna buy a
We'll
gallon.
make him a nice soapbox, though, man. I got it covered. I'll bring out the nail gun and we'll frame one up.
That's gonna cover a gallon of oil for me to replace in my vehicle as I drive to Chicago next month. Thank you very much.
That's terrible.
Jay Grizz and $1.99. Listen, all you guys, like I know, we all know how hard you work for your money.
Absolutely.
It does not come easy, man. And for your generous
Appreciate
donations, Chad Speaker with $5. He's also a member. I mean, it's Plank, also a member, $2. I mean, all of you guys, I want you to know that it does not go unnoticed. We all
Truly appreciate it.
so much appreciate your contribution to this channel with your own hard-earned money. It does not go unnoticed. Thank you guys so much. Who else we got here? Just trying to go up. Creature Culture.
King Pookie Nation, King Booker World.
King Pookie was in here too?
King Pookie. He said, what's the deal? He said, what's the deal with Rolling Meadows and the Bears Stadium?
King Pookie's always like he's a pissed off Bears fan, I'll tell you that much. And he has every right to be. We appreciate you, King Pookie, for joining us. Also, King Buka. King Buka is one of the funniest. King Buka is one of the funniest people I've ever seen chat in anything. Like you are hilarious, King Buka. Do it all 36. By the way, King Buka, please join us. Please, just one night for half an hour. Please, we'd love that. Make us all laugh. Do it all 36.
Oh, going to call King Puka.
Do it all, baby.
You couldn't speak to me, man. I mean, what's going on, bro?
Brandon Duplessis.
Couldn't speak to me. What's up?
4-star Chicago Sports coming up soon here. Go check them out after us. Dude, Hair Bear was back tonight.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Hair Bear, the man.
Whoa. And Scottish Bear.
Scottish is always around.
Bear. Let's not forget about Eduardo Miguel. Wasn't he previously known as Eduardo Miguel
Rodriguez? Right?
No? Am I wrong? Okay. All you guys, Cliff Victoria, I mean Chicago. I mean, dude, you guys are the stars of the show, not us. We can sit here and chat all we want and talk shit, but you guys are what makes the show. Jordan Lubeck.
Yes.
I cannot imagine paying another man's light bill to sit around and bitch about football.
Okay.
There's a lot of things I can't imagine that happen every damn day.
I took that as you saying that about AM 670, the sports, AM 670 in Chicago, I should say, and not us. But if you meant us, well, then I mean, it's the light bill is still not paid for. So I appreciate your condolence. Thank you, Jordan, for hanging out with us tonight in the last year.
Drop a line anytime. We love it.
Jay Grizz, I mean, Grizzly Bear. There's King Pookie. How many cigarettes can you smoke a day?
10, 20.
A pack.
Yeah, it just depends on how nuts I am that day.
He's a pack-a-day habit.
2 packs every 3 days. Give or take. All right, yeah, whatever. Shut up, Shorty.
I'm trying to. Anyways, you guys, we love you and appreciate you in the chat. You guys know who you are. What are you showing there, Peach?
What do you got there, Peach? Put him on the big screen, man. I can't see.
Travis Hunter's wife and Forrest Gump and his wife.
Hold on, you got to go.
Not me. PJ.
One in the same, right?
Anyway, that was fun. Guys, we will see you at the next BCP time, the next BCP channel. next Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, as we are always here, even without me. And that's why I love you guys and appreciate you guys. I want to thank Carl for doing such a great job producing the show. I want to thank you guys for doing such a great job by participating and doing everything that you do to make this show so special. You and PJ Foster. And then, of course, everyone in chat who goes along with that to make it so special. Without you, we would not be us. And we really appreciate you acknowledging us. So thank you guys.
Yes. Thank you, each and every one of you.
We will see you guys.
I'd be me, Shorty, but then nobody'd have to see it. So it would be easier on them. But good night, everybody. Stay safe out there.
Good night, everybody. Hey, you know, I would be remiss if we didn't end the show on a 1, a 2, a 3.
Wait, whoa. Sorry. I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge this person in chat.
Well, Mammy just popped in.
Hey.
Oh, that's my
Good to see you.
That's my Mammy.
That's good.
Mommy.
Truly good to see you.
Oh, I love you.
That right there is my Mammy. That's my mother.
Yes.
And it's a fun thing that we call her. She loves being called Mammy. I love calling her Mammy because she loves it. I love you, Mom. Thank you for hopping in at the end as we're about to end the show. You probably been listening the whole time, but you know we were about to end it, so you wanted to say hi. So I love you, and I'll see you June 7th, Mammy. I love you. I'll see you soon. Of course, talk to you before that. But everyone in chat, you guys are fucking awesome. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. Without you, we are not what we are. On a 1, a 2, a 3.
Bears.
The Bears?
You're muted.
Oh.
You're
Yeah.
muted, Foster.
Not now, but I was when we said it.
Let's do that over again. Ready? A 1, a 2, a 3.
Bears.
The Bears? The Bears. Bears.
Bears.
Giddy up, groove, stay. You down with BCP? Yeah, you know me. You down with BCP? Yeah, you know me. Integral, grind exponential. You down with BCP? That's the way we rotate radially. You down with BCP? Down with BCP? You down with BCP? You down with BCP? That's the way we do things limitlessly. Yeah. You down with BCP? Yeah, you know me. You down with BCP? Let's blow. Switch the flow. Shift the tempo.